So this is going to be about how to play my 2-base Lingbane Mutalisk opener, where we kill our opponent with speed banelings and Mutalisks. A lot of people keep telling me that the Mutalisk is not viable in the matchups. I already made the Mutalisk Gambit build to show that Mutalisk can be played against Protoss. We know that Mutalisk can be played against Zerg, and this right here is going to show you guys that Mutalisk can be played against Terran as well, not only in the build 6 Mutalisk and transition away, but this is actually going to be on the build Mutalisk and kill your opponent. I don't have a lot of replays on this build, but because I keep getting asked to showcase it, I'm going to do it anyways. I went pool hatch gas this game, put the 2 lings, a queen, a drone. It's just the usual stuff. Like, the opener is the same. You can play this build and build Hydralisks instead of the Mutalisks. You can build Swarmos. You can build Roaches if you're suicidal. The important thing is that you get the general outline of the build right that I'm going to show you. And if you do that, then you can play any kind of build that you could possibly want against Terran. This is just a guideline to make any 2-base build work against Terran. So the important thing is at the 3-minute mark we get the lair, we get a 3rd queen, we get 2 additional gases quickly. You can take these gases at 3:30. I like to get them a little bit quicker. It kind of depends on the game. Usually what I do is I build the baneling nest and then I take the 2 additional gases. This time around I'm taking the gases a little bit quicker because I really want to make certain that I can get all the that I can get my gas count up to 200 by 4-minute mark. Because at the 350 mark I need to plop down the spire, and as you can see I have like 230 gas, which means I have 30 gas too much, but I'd rather have 30 too much than 30 too little. Because I need to throw down the spire quickly. I'm throwing it down a little bit late right now at 4-5, but it's like 10 seconds. 10 seconds can be a long time in StarCraft, but it's not going to be a long time in this game, I can tell you that. Quick overview of what is actually happening in the game besides what's happening in my base. My opponent is going for a Hellion Banshee opener into 3rd command center. Standard stuff. We see this pretty much every game, right? Hellion Banshee. Goes Reaper, goes Hellion, goes Banshees, transitions into either mech or bio. So all the good usual stuff from my Terran opponent. I'm trying to what is important right now is that I'm building some links at home. Not only because I'm basically maxed out, but I actually need some links at home to deal with his Hellions. Now here's a little trick that is already a little bit more advanced than what I actually want to talk about. He's going for Hellions, and I know that there's a good possibility, there's a big possibility that he also built an armory. Let's check, did he build an armory? He didn't build an armory. How sad. But a lot of Terrans like to go for Hellions, then do a Hellbat Banshee attack. I'm kind of expecting him to do that as well. And that's why I'm building Banelings at home, so I can deal with the Hellbats. I need the Banelings anyways, and then I'm just attacking him across the map with the links. Attacking him across the map with the links means he has to wall off fully, then deal with the links, and then he can go back to harassing me. So this buys me a lot of time if I do things right. There's also a chance for him to lose his 3rd base. I didn't know he was building the 3rd base, as I might have been able to cancel it. Bad scouting on my side. And here's another big thing that I kind of didn't talk about. I took the 3rd base once I had my bases saturated and I had 300 minerals, and then I also put 150 minerals, 150 gas into the baneling nest once I had 150 gas after the spire. So just get the things as you can afford them. It's not important that you get them instantly, but you should get them if you can. Attacking him over here a bit. Like, he didn't really lose much. I killed 1 worker and like a supply depot. More attack, losing more stuff. Allowed me to do a little bit of damage in his main base, killing 6 workers. Once again, not that much, not the end of the world. So what is the follow-up right now? It's important that I have a queen at each base. This game specifically a little bit more advanced once again. I'm dealing with Cloak Banshees because I'm going to pull everything across the map. I want to build spores at my bases in case anything goes wrong. Then the game plan is going to be to build Mutalisks, Banelings and Lings. And I'm also getting Overlord speed so the Banshees cannot outrun my my Overseers in case something goes wrong. Just trying to attack him here a little bit, already with the small amount of units that I do have. And what you could do, for example, if you were playing against an opponent who goes for a lot of Marines, is you morph 20 Banelings here, keep spamming Lings, and then just do a huge Ling Muta Baneling attack and try to kill his army. This time around, the opponent isn't really doing much, and he more or less loses straight up against the Mutalisks, I think. He's going for force, but I think he's dead anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much. But it's important to get like the basic steps of the build order right. You want the Mutalisks, you want the Baneling speed, so you can do the quick Baneling attacks. You might want upgrades. That's something I didn't talk about now, but you can basically put down 2 evolution chambers at any point in the game. Right, I could build them right now and just get double upgrades. If I was up against Spire, that would make a lot of sense. Of course it was random as fuck. I mean, I'm playing against the Terran God Sheik right here. I could build like 20 Banelings over here. I have a lot of gas income. I could drone up my 3rd base. I could throw down a Hydralisk then and switch to Hydras, throw down an Infestation Pit, go for a fast hive. Like, I have all these possibilities. But what I usually like to do is I just keep spamming Lings, wait for an opening and morph them into Banelings and then attack him and just blow up all his Marines with them. And because you have the speed bane so quickly, you're going to be really strong, but you will fall off later on in the game because your opponent is going to have +1/+1 upgrades quicker. Unless you get the upgrades as fast as well, and in that case, I don't know, I didn't really think of that yet, but it might be a possibility. And yeah, just Ling Muta Baneling with fast Baneling speed, and that's how you get a 70% win rate in ZvT. Defensive Banelings, thanks to the early Baneling nest. Fast Mutas. Fast Baneling speed, and we're good to go. I'll post this on Spawning Tool as well, as a guide, with a little bit more of an outline, with a little bit more information that I can put into this video, because I don't want to make like a 30-minute video where I explain this build. There's so many possibilities, so many things you can play against, and this build works against every race once again. Not that good against Zerg, because Zerg getting Mutas out is kind of hard, but against Protoss it's really good as well. I enjoy playing it against Protoss a lot, unless they're going Phoenix, in which case you do the Mutalisk Gambit and just go for Hydralisks after the fake out instead. So I hope you guys read the guide on this one as well, and that's it.